Hello students, this is Shachi. Welcome to my channel Crack Chemistry. Today's topic, chemical reactions and equations, part 6 is for class 10, in which I will explain decomposition reactions and types of decomposition reactions. This topic comes under the topic types of chemical reactions. Students, before starting, I want to remind you to subscribe my channel for getting information about further important uploads, and press the like button if you like this video and share this video with your friends. So now come with me and let's crack chemistry. Our topic is decomposition reactions. So first of all, we will see what are decomposition reactions. So students, you must be knowing the meaning of decomposition. Decomposition means breaking. So decomposition reactions are those reactions which involve breaking of a single reactant into two or more simpler substances. As the decomposition reactions involve breaking of a single reactant into two or more simpler substances, it is clear that for breaking a single reactant into two or more simpler substances, energy is required. So this required energy can be supplied in the form of heat or light or electricity. On the basis of different types of energies which are used to carry a decomposition reaction, there are three different types of decomposition reactions which we will discuss in detail. But one more point I would like to state here, that as all the decomposition reactions involve absorption of energy, therefore all the decomposition reactions are endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions are those reactions which involve the absorption of heat energy. In the previous video, you have learnt about exothermic reactions which are accompanied by the evolution of heat energy. So first of all, we will see thermal decomposition reactions. Students, thermal means heat. Thermal decomposition reactions are those decomposition reactions which are carried out by heating. Now we will discuss few examples of thermal decomposition reactions. We will start our discussion with decomposition of ferrous sulfate. So in this activity, we will take ferrous sulfate. Students, ferrous sulfate is a pale green color solid. Its formula is FeSO4.7H2O. You must be thinking why 7H2O is written here. Students, ferrous sulfate .7H2O is a hydrated salt. Hydrated salts are those salts which contain water molecules as water of crystallization. Ferrous sulfate is pale green because of the presence of 7 molecules of water of crystallization. It is called as ferrous sulfate heptahydrate. Hepta means 7. You will take around 2 grams of ferrous sulfate, which is pale green in color, in a boiling tube, and you will hold it carefully with the help of a pair of tongs and heat it gently. You will find that initially the pale green color changes to white. On further heating, the color changes to brown with the evolution of gases with the smell of burning sulfur. So what is happening here? During this process, FeSO4.7H2O loses 7 molecules of water of crystallization and its color changes from pale green to white. So FeSO4.7H2O changes to FeSO4. Color of FeSO4.7H2O is pale green and the color of FeSO4 is white. This white colored FeSO4 on further heating changes into a brown colored solid, which is Fe2O3, along with the evolution of gases with the smell of burning sulfur. So evolved gases are SO2 and SO3. The reactions which take place during this process are written here in the next slide. So first, hydrated ferrous sulfate, which is pale green in color, on heating changes into a white colored anhydrous salt, which is FeSO4. This FeSO4, which is white in color, on further heating will change into a brown colored solid Fe2O3. With the help of these reactions, we can understand that hydrated ferrous sulfate, which has the formula FeSO4.7H2O and which is pale green in color, on heating first is converted into an anhydrous salt whose formula is FeSO4 and color is white. During this process, 7 molecules of water are lost. This white colored anhydrous ferrous sulfate on further heating changes to a brown colored solid whose name is ferric oxide, along with the evolution of gases with the smell of burning sulfur. The evolved gases are SO2 and SO3. The activity which I have discussed with you is written here along with the observations. Now I'll discuss the next activity, decomposition of lead nitrate. Students, lead nitrate is a white colored solid whose formula is PbNO3 taken twice. In this activity, you will take around 2 grams of lead nitrate in a boiling tube and you will heat it carefully using a pair of tongs on a burner or on a sprit lamp. During the process of heating, you will observe that the color changes from white to yellow, along with the evolution of a brown colored pungent smelling gas. Color changes from white to yellow because during this process, lead nitrate, which was white in color, undergoes a decomposition reaction and changes into a yellow colored solid, lead oxide, whose formula is PbO, along with the evolution of a brown colored pungent smelling gas NO2, which is nitrogen dioxide. So the activity which I have explained you is written here in this slide for your convenience. The reaction which takes place is written here in the next slide. This is the reaction which takes place during the decomposition of lead nitrate. Now we will discuss second type of decomposition reaction which takes place by passing electricity. This type of reaction is called as electrolytic decomposition reaction. So when a decomposition reaction is carried out by electricity, it is called as electrolytic decomposition reaction. Example of electrolytic decomposition reaction is the electrolysis of water, which I am going to explain you with the help of following activity. You can perform electrolytic decomposition of water in a plastic mug. For this, you have to drill 2 holes at the bottom of this plastic mug, and in these 2 holes you will fit 2 rubber stoppers, and on these rubber stoppers you will place 2 graphite rods. These 2 graphite rods are connected to a 6-volt battery with the help of wires. Then the beaker is half filled with water, and in this water you will add few drops of dilute sulfuric acid. So this water is called as acidulated water. You will take 2 test tubes which are filled with water and invert them on the 2 electrodes. When the switch is turned on, you will observe after some time bubbles of gases above the electrodes. During this process, gases are produced at cathode and anode, and these produced gases will displace water. You will find that the volume of gas which is collected at cathode is twice the volume of gas which is collected at anode. The gas which was produced at cathode will burn with a pop sound on ringing a burning splinter, indicating that it is a hydrogen gas. And the gas which was produced at anode will burn more brightly on bringing a burning splinter, indicating that it is oxygen gas. Students, we have added dilute sulfuric acid during the electrolysis of water because pure water is a non-electrolyte, is a poor conductor of electricity. To make pure water a conductor, a few drops of acid are added in it. So this water is called as acidulated water. So the points which I have explained you are written here in these slides for your convenience. During electrolytic decomposition of water, following reaction takes place. Electrolytic decomposition of water is also called as electrolysis of water. During electrolysis of water, hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode and oxygen gas is liberated at anode. One more point I would like to mention here. During electrolysis of water, the volume of hydrogen gas which is collected at cathode is twice the volume of oxygen gas which is collected at anode. The reason for this is that the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in water is 2:1. Now we will discuss third type of decomposition reaction which is called as photolytic decomposition reactions. So when a decomposition reaction takes place by light, it is called as photolytic decomposition reaction. For understanding photolytic decomposition reaction, we will discuss an activity. In this activity, you have taken silver chloride in a china dish. Students, the color of silver chloride is white. So silver chloride is a white color solid. Its formula is AgCl. You can take silver bromide also in another watch class. The formula of silver bromide is AgBr and its color is pale yellow. After some time we will observe that white color of silver chloride changes into grey. The reason is that silver chloride, which was white in color, undergoes a decomposition reaction in the presence of sunlight and decomposes into metallic silver and chlorine gas. The color of metallic silver is grey in color. That's why color changes from white to grey. In another activity where we have taken a pale yellow color silver bromide, color changes from pale yellow to grey. What is happening here? In this activity, silver bromide, which was pale yellow in color, decomposes to grey colored metallic silver. These decomposition reactions which are taking place in the presence of sunlight are called as photolytic decomposition reactions. Activity which I have discussed with you just now is written here in this slide. You will observe that white color silver chloride and pale yellow color silver bromide turns grey in the presence of sunlight. These two reactions are used in black and white photography. It is an important question from your board exams point of view. So what is happening here? White silver chloride and silver bromide undergo decomposition. Silver chloride and silver bromide undergo decomposition in the presence of sunlight. So sunlight is used for breaking the bonds of reactants. Therefore, this reaction is called as photolytic decomposition reactions. Students, the reactions which take place during this process are written here. Silver chloride, which is white in color, undergoes decomposition in the presence of sunlight and breaks into metallic silver, which is grey in color, and chlorine gas. Silver bromide, which was pale yellow in color, undergoes decomposition in the presence of sunlight and breaks into metallic silver, which is grey in color, and the chlorine gas. I hope all these points are clear to you. Students, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope each and every point is clear to you. Please subscribe my channel and press the like button if you like this video, and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to watch the next videos. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.